Hi and welcome to episode number 2 of the brand new account to low level Revenants caves. In the last episode we reached level 10 in ranged, mega happy, but one thing kinda hit me. Buying a bond is going to be the biggest struggle. I need to make some money. So like I mentioned in the last episode, we got to 10 ranged, 8 defense at the chickens here, just outside of Lumbridge. A good start. This is the only bank we have, 3.4k, and bonds are currently sitting at about 4.2 mil in the Grand Exchange, so there's a long way to go. And I do feel like we're going to hit 50 ranged and 40 defense way before we get that bond. So I need to find some money making methods. I've got a couple in mind that I want to try on this episode, so I think before we even get any further with any combat stats, I think we should try and make ourselves some money. Now, to really quickly, briefly update you if you can't remember what the rules were or didn't watch the first episode and can't bother to go back, the idea of the account is I just made a brand new old school RuneScape account, all level 1s. Went through Tutorial Island, and my aim is to head over to Revenant's caves. So the Revenant's caves are situated in the wilderness. They are a dangerous place where PKs, players can kill you. There's some high level mobs there, but it's also a great money maker. My aim is to get here with 50 ranged, 40 defense, pretty much kill the imps and maybe even the pyro fiend or the goblin, and see if we can make ourselves some bank. Now, in order to get there, it is members only. I do need to buy a bond. Also, I need to get my stats up. So that's the quick version of the rules. Let's just start the episode. So one of my plans is looting on the PvP world. Now, I've got a skullback, so to turn the setting off, but all I've been doing is running back and forth into the wild, into the wilderness, picking up any gear that I can. You can see all this gear here. Most of the time it's just adamant arrows. I'm risking it a little bit because I'm skulled at the moment, so people keep trying to hit me. This is it, basically. Running around picking up arrows. They're 64 a piece. Normally I'm fine. No one's really been hitting me, but the occasional people do. That shouldn't be too bad. Just run around. You often get random pieces of loot. Sometimes it's worth more, but these adamant arrows, they do stack up. Adamant. You see, these are 64 a piece. Sometimes you get 2. I've seen stacks of 10. And yeah, it's just a slow process. It's not the best. It's good for that early cash. So I'm going to sit here and do this for the next hour or so. Kind of see what kind of money I can make. Ooh, you're just hoping that there's some drops on the floor, but it's quite difficult because there's a lot of other looters as well. So even the arrows tend to go very quickly. I mean, you can just camp dead bodies. Oh, he's bowed. So I mean, like him, he took the arrow straight away. Darn looters. Right, so I got some other bits here. Let's do a little price check on what I picked up. There's 4k, 29 arrows, nice maple shortbow, which is pretty good. Some swordfish, which are worth a fair bit. A black cape, a team cape. So there, that took a couple of minutes. So I got 4 grand. I mean, it's not the best GP per hour, but with no requirements whatsoever and no risk, it's worth just boosting up the little cash I have. So you can see I've been doing it for only about 10 minutes and I've got 23k in the bank already. So like I said, I'm just going to grind this out now for the next hour. So I've just watched a bit of Netflix and come back on. I spent about an hour, nearly an hour and a half doing this, and then I thought I'd go watch some Netflix, just come back on, and I'm struggling to find any loot at all. This is pretty annoying. I was going to get one more hand's worth and then I'll probably head back to the bank and show you the progress. I mean, arrows are just insane. All my money is coming from just adamant and a few mithril arrows. This trip's not been too good. Like I said, I logged off. It's now getting quite late in the evening. Still a lot of players here. Oh, missed out there. Can we still get there? I don't know what it was. I've had quite a few swordfish, which is pretty good as well. You only tend to get those if you just luckily stand right next to someone as they die, and then the loot comes there. I don't know, I'm getting a few arrows here. This is going up. Here we go. I can see some more swordfish. Missed out on that opportunity. Chef's hat up there, it's worth 300. Don't want to go too far into the wilderness. I don't want to accidentally get PK'd. Luckily my level's quite low, so it's quite rare for me to get PK'd. Oh, I shouldn't be picking those level boots up. They're pretty terrible GP. But this isn't too bad. I mean, it's quite AFK. I could have YouTube on and do it and it's not too bad. So there's another cheeky 6k in my hand. It racks up really quickly, and I'll show you. We're sitting at quite a decent bank after probably not on 2 hours, I'd say. Let's have a little cheeky look. Our bank here, so we've got 1,279 adamant arrows, 97 mithril. We've got some random junk. I did keep clearing out like things like the beer glass. I kept clearing out, but we're getting there. I've got a few bones I picked up as well. But yeah, oh look at that, 132k. That's not bad. And like I said, it's just from a couple of hours of just picking up adamant arrows. I'm going to keep going back and see if we can try and get to like the 150k mark before the end of this video. That'll definitely put us in good stead to just buy a load of arrows and start the range again. And here's another hand, another 7k. It's just consistent, and it's not the most thrilling of things to do on RuneScape, but it's a very easy way, as you can see, to make it already up to over 130k. It's essentially just free money. Wow, look at all that loot. It's horrible sitting here not picking up. I know a lot of it is leather, but this whole looting items from the PvP world is insane. So I've just got myself another handful. Not much really, just some tuna and stuff. I think it's like 2,700. But the reason I'm settling with that is because I'm going to head in and put it in the bank. Let's run, and we'll pop that in. Boom! It takes us to 200k. So we've made ourselves 200k in, I mean, I've played this hours-wise, not a lot. I've been doing this over the week. I've been really busy, so I haven't had too much time to invest in the account. So I've been doing it here and there, half hour here, 20 minutes there. We're sitting now on 1,800 arrows, adamant, 600 iron, a lot of swordfish there, nearly 50k's worth, some vials and some bones. So we're sitting now at 200k. I'm really happy with that as a milestone for this second episode. I mean, we haven't got any skill levels, which is insane, but I'm not worried about that. The skill levels are going to come really quickly. I'm more worried about making enough money for the bond, so I definitely will have to do more of this. I don't want to focus too many more episodes on purely looting, because that's boring content. I also don't know what I actually need to purchase in order to use. I'm probably going to keep the iron arrows, because obviously they come in handy to use. And now the adamant arrows, I'm not ever going to use those. I'm always going to use iron, because I'll probably head to the Minotaurs in the Stronghold of the Security to train my range, which they spit out so many iron arrows, it's unbelievable, and you can actually walk away with more than you start off with. So I'll probably end up selling the Addy and all of the rest of the gear, unless it's anything useful, which I don't think it actually is. So there's a lot of team capes. I don't even know if any of these are going to be useful, but we'll just sell them all. We'll keep some of the food, maybe, just could be handy. We need to do that beginner's clue scroll, so I might do that in the next episode. So I'm going to wrap up here. It's been episode number 2. Hopefully you've enjoyed our progress so far, making our way to the low-level Revenants cave account. See you in the next one.